Hi, today is April 18th, 2020, and we're going to look at Jared Kushner. I have a lot of sinus this year from fires and from allergies. It's very temperate here in Northern California, so this year's been the worst though. So pardon my frequent clearing of my throat and any other background noise, wound back, cat, family, belly. It has been very difficult to try to do this reading because my cat keeps running in and out. So, we're going to have a look at Jared Kushner, what his fate is. What's the fate of Jared Kushner? What is the fate of Jared Kushner? Oh, here we go. Now she wants out again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put this on pause. Another pun. And I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, so I'm back again. I'm just going to leave the door open, so pardon any background noise. Because I'm getting the I went in and I went out. And I don't know what I want from our tarot cat bear. Alright, so let's look at Jared Kushner's fate. We ask Spirit, Ancestors, Spirit Tarot, Wisdom and Truth to share with us what is the fate of Jared Kushner. And as always, I ask Spirit to guide my interpretation of the cards. The fate of Jared Kushner. Okay, let's go. Okay, right away we have the need for temperance covering him. It's in his atmosphere. The atmosphere that covers him is a need of temperance to balance things out, bring things into alignment. Okay. Crossing him is the Nine of Wands. Sorry, guys. Gotta get some water. The basis card, Eight of Cups. Crowning card, Ace of Cups. Well, there's a lot of emotion here. Ivanka is in his recent past. His near future is a King of Pentacles, probably her dad. Unless it's him showing up in his own reading, because he is a Capricorn. So I'm taking that this is from looking right down at them. Him and Ivanka, there's an issue there. There is wanting or an issue here with walking away, with being able to cut all ties and walk away. And this is in his past. It's like abandonment. Okay. Let's just continue to lay out the cards. Then there's Queen of Pentacles. So this would be what his mind is on, aware of, thinking of. in his environment is the Page of Wands, which to me represents communications. Can be children, of course, too. But in this case, I feel like it is it's messages. It is this is about messages, information, particularly with a digital slant, with a electronic slant with that, for me, with the fire, the wands. And in his hopes and fears, pardon the wound back too, folks, that's what that was, is the Page of Pentacles. Something financial. Unless, how many children did they? They have 3. Okay, and the final end result is the 4 of Swords. So, and I'm going to pull 2 more cards just for clarity. Some kind of choice. Well, he has some significant issues going on. Yeah, no kidding, right? And I think that this could also be Trump. Sometimes the King of Pentacles, because he's so materialistic, for me comes up as Trump. But let's just take a look. What crowns him is the Ace of Cups. And there's a need for balance. There's some, okay, starting to get hits now. When I look this way. There's something going on with him and Ivanka. Or it could be her dad. Or both. I'm sure there's things going on with both him and Ivanka, and him and Ivanka and her dad. That's a very significant web. And there's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of feelings that surface, that come out, that overspill. That's a lot of tea. And it's such an emotion that it feels like he just wants to leave. Okay? He just wants to just say, throw his hands up in the air and go somewhere else. I'm getting that with that 8. Now, I don't know if that's him wanting to go solo or wanting them, he and her, to just walk away from this. Because things are such a mess and in such a state that they need to be balanced. The emotions need particularly balance. It's very strong dynamic. They're very intense people here. Scorpios and Capricorns have usually very intense personalities. More dynamic, if you know what I mean. Intensity. And I feel like this has come up before, that he would like to just leave, that he would like to just turn his back on this stuff and be done with it, because what's crossing him is the Nine of Wands, which is burnout, I think, and it's doing in his head, I think, to some degree, a great degree. Okay. And I think dealing with the dysfunction within that family and within himself is tiring and draining. And this energy is falling into place of what's crossing him as a challenge. And when we get that message, hey, something here needs some balance, needs to be figured out, more attention given, because it's so out of whack. And we've got these high emotions, we've got emotions that are now breaking through to the surface. I think it's a sign of like not being able to contain that emotion entirely, whether it be for good or difficulty. And in this case, I feel like it's difficulty because someone wants to bounce. And I don't know if Jared's like thinking, I'd like to leave both Ivanka and her dad. I think this actually might be that, but it could be also the universe showing us, and I think it's more likely that they're showing us this is Ivanka and Jared for sure. It's a way of them showing us that they have problems in their marriage. I think they thought of separating before, or one of them has, of leaving, because they're getting very tired and drained by the whole thing. It's just like too much emotionally for someone. Now, that Ace of Cups can also be a pregnancy card, but in this case, I think it's emotion. Wanting, just because something has happened more in the past. This is more, I just think it's more like just like a overspill of emotion. But it's always good to put all that out there, because sometimes, even though you think you might know what the context is, it's good to just, and you see later how things play out, So I'll make sure I leave that there with you guys too. So, but I really feel it's more like emotional between them, and just somebody's tired of it. Maybe they both are. I'm not sure. There is a female here, a Queen of Pentacles, and this feels to me like, I don't know if it's looking, I think it's referencing a person in all likelihood. Tends to be like a motherly sometimes energy, but not necessarily. I don't know, it could be a sister, it could be somebody else literally in the wings, aside but I'm not sure. But this could also be wealth and about money and physical comfort and well-being. I'm still thinking it has probably the likelihood more of being an actual individual woman. Now, in the environment, Page of Wands. This, again, as I said earlier, messages. I feel like I'm not necessarily showing his fate, but at this point, but more a snapshot of the current time. More like something we're not, it's more personal that we're not aware of. And, you know, a Page of Wands, it could be a child, but this would be like a child from infancy to grade school age. I think it's more to do with information. I feel like it's texts, emails, phone calls, and his hopes and fears is a Page of Pentacles. I think he wants some sort of financial. There's, I think, some business at hand that hasn't gone maybe completely through, and we know that his real estate at, as we all know, 666, that's why I'm just going to refer to it as his satanic building. His building of Satan is being a bit of a problem, and he's in debt. He's had to take loans and stuff. So I'm looking at it as more, this page is feeling more like that documentation, titles, all this kind of thing, legal documents. In all likelihood, there's something there he's hoping for. Maybe it's a loan too. Maybe it's some sort of loan he's hoping for. Maybe. For peace of mind, which is his final card. But it's also a card of inactivity, and curiously can also be a card of going very quiet. It can be illness and the need to recover. But in this case, I'm feeling like for him it has to do with peace of mind, and it's about business. Some business angle. That he's been concerned about. There's a man that's making a decision. And I think regarding this concern that he has to do with perhaps a loan or some sort of financial channel. It would be like more of a initializing of a channel with that page. I feel like he wants peace of mind because there's something here emotionally that's causing a flood of emotion, a flood of it. And I don't know if Trump is going to help them get that money somehow, or get the business so that they can go and do it for them, selves. I think a lot of that stuff, what with the Saudis, is money for that money pit at 666 whatever. That chunk of real estate. It could be that. It's money oriented. It's business oriented here. His wife has involvement, and I feel like there's something very emotional about what they're trying to do business wise, to the point emotionally that there's wanting to just walk away. Or perhaps they intend to just walk away from a former life, a way of living, just for their own peace of mind. This can also be sometimes incarceration, because it means you're not going anywhere. This is a stationary position for somebody, and it's stationary either through illness, death, incarceration, an enforced way of being stable, stationary. But as far as activity, there's not activity. So there is just the stillness. Now, I'm not feeling necessarily like that's death for Jared or anything like that. Possibly it's a nod toward incarceration, but I think with the rest of the message, what makes sense is there's a business deal he's concerned about. There's a lot of emotions going on that bother him and create problems in his relationship with his wife, I think, concerning her dad. And I think that they have their own relationship issues. I think both of them have probably threatened with leaving one another at points, because this card of walking away and all that emotion and being just too much drama, too much. And there's a real focus on business and on money. And I think they're waiting news with regarding some business venture, some money that they're looking, I feel like, to make, which we know would not be through any legal probable means. And it looks like there's a decision involved. Maybe they're waiting for a decision here with the King of Cups. Is that Putin or somebody else? I wouldn't automatically jump straight to Putin in this case, but perhaps the individual that they're looking to do business with. That makes sense. But look at that. They're looking to secure, I think, some piece of... I'm thinking, is this the 666 building? Not kidding, because it's kind of, I don't think the money is that they're trying to hold on to gets hit. Gets hit real hard. And their whole lifestyle that is beyond what they can legally afford because they don't do things the legal route. They've done so much the illegal route, they live in a castle of lies. And they're seeking to maintain and control here their assets and their power. Well, it's going to take a hit because their hold is desperate, and it's stubborn for sure. But look at it as the Four of Pentacles. It's reduced. It is not a higher number of, more like a ten of Pentacles. So it looks like maybe that answer, if they're waiting on a decision from this King of Cups, there's something that I think the money is held on to, and this is not something they were expecting, or it gets suddenly frozen, or something regarding securing money, securing a loan, I don't know, doing something here is not going to work out with that Tower. This security here becomes insecure because they've built their lives in a fraudulent way. So that's going to be pretty devastating, because there's a lot of money they're wanting to control, have control over, get in control of. And it's not going to happen. There's some perhaps seizure in the future for Jared of funds, of money. I feel like that's what I'm being shown, and I feel like it really tests his relationship with his wife, Ivanka, and I just don't think that something that he's really needs financially is going to come through, and it's going to be a shock, or it's somehow something comes out of left field at him, and that money, I think, is brought under the control of someone else. I don't think it's frozen or it's seized from his grip, and in a way that's not pleasant to him, because it looks to me like he's trying to hold on and somebody pries his fingers open and takes control of a large amount of money. I'd like to know who that King of Cups is. I feel like it's somebody that they were waiting to hopefully get money from, a channel of a means of getting some money from. This affects the three, okay, and then I see the three idiots, which is Ivanka, I believe. I often get this card for them. Ivanka and Donald Jr. and Eric. I think that gets their hackles up. They get angry about it. There's going really ruthlessly quickly because they somehow did not or weren't able to get money and get in control of it. Something is seized or frozen or is not given to them, and in some sort of a business arrangement, such as a loan, such as a business deal. It could be that the government steps in and says, nope, that's not going to happen. You can't do that. And but it really has more of a feeling of that money itself being not being shifted, not being shifted. And this for them is devastating because they were counting on it. So then I see they go on the offense. They've really got their hackles up. And I feel like it's Ivanka and her brothers. Now, I don't know if is this a situation of possible, like, I think it's more to do with finances. I don't know that there's divorce right here yet. It could be. But, and custody, could be. But I just feel like it's more, it's like, what I'm curious is this her and her brothers attacking him, taking him to task, or fighting alongside him because they are dependent on this money too? I'm not sure. More than one, then we get the three again, right? There's more than one person working on something financial, to do something. And there's a great deal of stress. So I see Ivanka and I think her brothers. Looking at three people again. Unless this is just merely representing an overseas business deal. But I think they're all involved on this business deal in some way. And working hard to try to secure money. But there's so much stress, and he just does not look like he's going to have a good time. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, Jared. The Moon and the Four of Cups, he's kind of in the dumps here. Drinky. Ooh, I'm so sad. Not happy with these three. See the three here again? There's somebody he's not counting in that's coming in as number 4. There's some underhanded backstabbing stuff going on here. This could be a struggle to work something out with Ivanka. Thing is, I'm not so sure. Is this something to do with them divorcing or separating? Because there's a whole lot of money that they're trying to keep in control of. Or is this leaving Melania? Oh, that Queen of Pentacles! That's Melania. Oh, God, what was I thinking? There's a nod toward that again, toward her leaving, wanting to leave. I think Jared, you know how I said that if Melania left, I think there would be a reaction from Trump's children, his oldest children. I'm getting it again. The 3. Real quick. Okay. A lot of emotion. It's her leaving. And the 3 are trying to make things maybe, I don't know, difficult for her, but they're very stressed and they are super unhappy because I think she knows a lot of secrets. They can't keep her in their web. And peace of mind is if would certainly be this Four of Swords. Would certainly be making sure that she doesn't get too much money if she's going to leave, that she's going to be signing NDAs and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I think Melania wants to go. I think this is about Melania wanting to go, divorce papers maybe even. And they oh boy, the family wants to keep control of the family. They want to keep control of the family money. Yep. This is Four of Pentacles. Right, so I'm just looking at this again. And that King of Cups came up also. Oh, wow. Remember in the video that I did prior on the grifter wives? And I said, I don't know if this is like a romantic partner for her or a what? I'm getting him again. There he comes up again. Wow. And he is looking at what his options are. Or her options are. This is about Melania. If she's that Queen of Pentacles, oh my God, guys. Oh my God. There's the NDA. Bitch, you gonna sign it? And they're... Oh. So I see something's gonna surprise them about her wanting to leave. I believe. She's wanted to for a very long time. Yeah, buddy, that's something. Mm-hmm. And the three oldest of trumps. And I think Kushner are going to be working to make it very difficult for her. That they close the loops. That they keep in control of a lot of money. That she does not be able to cut and run. Because that's what she wants to do. Melania wants to cut and run. This Queen of Pentacles that keeps showing up. And she has the help or assistance of a King of Cups who is looking at options for her. Or if it's romantic, maybe them. Page of Wands. Some sort of message. Maybe she's going to send them all a message. Oh my gosh. It could be phone calls. It could just texting. It can be emails. Just news, information going round. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They don't want her leaving. or if she is going to leave, they want to have peace of mind. I think they'd prefer it if they were able to keep her under their control. Oh my goodness. So, that is what I am getting. That's huge. That is huge. Something about her leaving. And it throws their family. This is the family of drama. Jesus. Excuse me, but gosh. I just feel like Jared's going to be a very big part of that, trying to control her. I think he'll try to show, some sort of comport, being very together, but inside, I think he's going to be very, this is going to be very stressful for them, because they will be up in arms. They're going to be up in arms about her wanting to leave and looking to keep control of her and money. Yeah. I think they're really trying to keep in control of when they get the news, they're going to really try and keep their poker face on, so to speak. But I think that deep down, this is like going to make them super, super stressed. Okay. Wow, this is long. So, that was not expected twist. Okay, I'm going to look at Jared's fate again. So, what the information that came up as concerning, maybe this is starting to surface now within the family. Maybe that's why I'm being shown this. Because I didn't anticipate being shown about Melania, the other reading I did. That was just so weird. So anyway, I'm going to try and do another video here. And we're just really trying to say, okay, we got the message about Melania and Ivanka and her brothers, but can we get one where we can just take a look at Jared's fate? This is really a thing, so I don't know what to say. Anyhow, see you in the next video.